Alright guys, I'm back with another hip nickel hunt for you guys. And I like this box of nickels. Typically, I find more stuff in these kinds of boxes, but you never know. I haven't checked for enders yet. We'll check along the way. Let's find some goodies. Second roll and find number one. We are going to have a 1939. If it has a mint mark, it's a key date. And it does not have the mint mark, which means it's Philadelphia. But we can go ahead and check for the DDO, which you would primarily see on the E's of Sense and in the V. And we do not have that. Still, our first find is the 30s. Let's hope for some other good finds. Next roll, and this nickel is 20 years older than the one we found. 1959, Philadelphia, but this is in spectacular condition. Still has mint luster left. A nice little glass. I don't want to say that could be a proof. Just very circulated, because pre-1964, they were minted out of Philadelphia, and the rim is ever so slightly thicker. But I don't think it's a proof, I just think it's a nice coin. So we'll check for any steps. And it has them. However, there are hits across the steps, so it would not get the full steps designation. A 50 is fine for the board, and it's probably an upgrader. Next roll number 4, and I slid the coin in front of this coin down and saw that we had a 1949. If it has an S mint mark, it's a semi-key date, but it does not. Let me just go ahead and double check. Yeah, it does not. That was just damage. So we have 30s, 40s, 50s in the first 4 rolls. You cannot get mad at that. And while I have you here, I saw a couple of older reverses. This one is going to have a D mint mark. Yep, 1955 Denver. I don't have my nickel coin hunts mat. So I will be looking at all the dates because they don't have them memorized. But I also said that because I saw a reverse with an S mint mark, and this is guaranteed to be of 1955 or older. So we will see in 3, 2, 1. 1954S. You can get mad at that. 3 finds in 1 roll. 2 50s. 1 from San Francisco, 1 from Philadelphia, and 1 from Denver. And a 40s. I'll bring you in if we have any other finds. Guys, we are on the 5th roll. So the next roll. And I saw a funny colored edge. So I checked it. And we have our first war nickel of the box. This one's out of Philadelphia, but what year will it be? 1943 Philadelphia. And that's in our first, and that's in the 5th roll. So we're gonna go ahead and check for the 3/2. I don't think we're gonna have it. We're gonna check for the DDO. We're not gonna have it. And we'll just quickly check for the double die. And I don't think we're gonna have it. We have a first war nickel. And that was in our 5th roll. Let's hope we can get some more. Roll number 6, and we have another find. We have a 1940 Philadelphia. Let me start the 30s down here. Put the war nickel there. 1940 Philadelphia for the board. Roll number 12, we're going to have a 1947 Denver, I believe. Yes, 1947 Denver on the board. Roll number 15, we're going to have another 50s nickel. 1959 Denver. Let me just put this one on top because it's really nice. I was looking at it closer, and I do believe it's a proof, but it's just been very circulated. So finding an old proof is cool. And another reason why I believe that is because of the steps. Usually a nickel, especially in this condition with as many marks as it does, wouldn't have clear definition of all the steps minus the scratches. So I believe that's a proof, so I'll put that up here. I just wanted to let you guys know. I'll go through the rest of the roll with you guys, but I don't believe we have anything special. Sorry, I just pulled that from up there. I don't believe we have anything old in here. Oh, we don't. I'll bring you in if we have any good finds. Roll number 16. We have another 50s, another 1958. It's Philadelphia. It's a betterment. It's a better date. No, there's just gonna be a 1958 Denver. And I'll go ahead. Yeah, no, I think it's just damage. 1958 Denver on the board. Alrighty, roll number 18. And I see ourselves a 1958 Denver. And right behind that, I saw a 1953 Denver as well. 2 finds for the board in one roll within a few coins of each other. Cannot get mad at that. Roll 20, and we are going to have a foreign, but before we check that foreign, I just want to check the coin in front of it. Oh, didn't occur to me that we would see it. But it's a 2007 20 Helvetica. I believe I have found these before, but this one is in pretty nice shape. Confederatio Helvetica, 2007. And let me go ahead and bring that coin up for you on Numista. But while you're here, let me go ahead and check this coin with the Denver Mint mark on the back. Just a 1964. All right, let me go ahead and bring up the facts on this. Alrighty guys, this Helvetica coin that I found, 2007. It is 20 raw pen, and the head is the head of Libertas. It's about 22 cents in exchange, so definitely not bad for a nickel. If we go down to 2007, right here, it's going to be 22 million minted, so pretty high mintage. I don't know how you would tell if it's a proof. I don't think it's a proof though. So, foreign coin number 1, pretty cool. Roll 21, and we have a reverse facing. I already checked it, so I know that it's going to be a 1953 Philadelphia. Roll 23, and we are going to have another 1939. And again, if it has a mint mark, it's key date. It doesn't have a mint mark, but we can check for that double dyed reverse, and we don't have it. But we have another 1939 for the board, along with some other great finds, warm nickel, and a foreign. Roll 27, and I was able to get back to my nickel coin hunts mat. So we have spaces for the nickels, and we have lists, Jefferson nickels, and Buffalo nickels. But I bring you in because we have come across a 1941 Philadelphia. Let me put that in its proper spot, right next to its 1940 partner over there. Let's get hunting. Roll number 28, and I flattened it down. We can see that we have our third 1939 of the box. And because it's our third one, I'll be saying this for the third time. If it has a mint mark, it is a key date. And it is not a key date. However, we can still check for that 1939 DDR, which, like I've said, you'll see on 5 cents. But I this one is not the DDR. It would be very clear when you see it. However, that is our third 1939 of the box. Very exciting. Roll number 30, and we are going to have another Canadian, or another foreign, I should say. But this one is Canadian, and it is from 1986. And let me show you some facts about this one. Alright guys, so I got the website up about our nickel. It's about 4 cents American, so we lost a cent. If we go down to 1986, we can see that it's the most common, 156 million minted. And this reminds me, guys, make sure you go check out CAD Roll Hunter's channel. I watch him whenever he uploads. He has a great channel. If you're interested learning about Canadian coins, make sure you go check him out. But yeah, that's our 1986 Canadian nickel. Same roll, we have another find, a 1957 Philadelphia nickel. Roll 32, and only a few coins away from the end, we are going to have a worn back San Francisco Mint. Hopefully we can get a key or semi-key date. The date is going to be 1941S, not a key or semi-key date. But we can check for an RPM on the 1941S, and I'll bring you in if we have that, which I doubt we will have. Next roll, and the reverse is pretty worn. And usually, so far in this box, when it's this worn, it's at least a 59. So hopefully I could get something live with you, because I haven't checked it yet. Look at that, another 1939. That's our fourth 39, but since it was reverse facing, we know it won't have a mint mark. But I will go ahead and check it for the 1939 DDR with you guys. And this does not have it. I have found the DDR once before, and that is a fun find. However, it was damaged, so I would not be submitting it to PCGS. 4 1939s in one box, and we still got the whole roll left, and a lot of rolls left. Same roll, and we are going to have a 1958. And again, if it's a Philly, it's a little bit of a better date. But it is not Philly, but we can add to our 58 stack. This is an older one. Oh my God, another 1939. Another one, but this one is in pretty bad condition. So let's go ahead and see if it has a mint mark, which it does not. And I will go ahead and check for the DDR, which it isn't. But that is our fifth 1939 of the box. Hopefully we can get a couple more finds out of this roll. If you ask, you shall receive. The next coin, and I already know what date this is, which is why I'm bringing you in for this. I already know what date this is, and it's not 1939 Denver, which is a very hard date to get. However, it is a 1957 Denver. So, another 50s nickel for the board. Roll 38, and we have a very worn 1954 Denver, I believe. Let me just double check on my scope. 1924 Denver. 1954 Denver, excuse me. If it was a 1924 Denver, we'd have a good coin. Another 1950s nickel on the board. Roll 39. And we have another 1939. So roll 39, we got a 39. And it is, again, a Philadelphia. I'm pretty sure. But let me just double check. There was some damage. Yeah, just a Philadelphia. Gonna go ahead and check for that DDR. Not gonna be it. But that's our 6th 1939 of the box. Hopefully we can get some more, and if we do, hopefully they could be the key dates. Roll 41. And we have another 50s. This one is going to be a 1956 Philadelphia, and it's in pretty nice shape for a 1956. Don't have that one yet, but another 50s nickel. Roll 44, and you had another 1954 Philadelphia. Roll 47, and we have another 40s nickel, and it is a 1940 Philadelphia. We're on the third to last roll, and we have another 1958. Hopefully it's a Philly. Probably not though. And it isn't. But there is something weird going on with the D there. Unless it's just the angle. Yeah. Let me put that D under the scope. Because in 1958, you have a possible D over D. And under the scope, let me zoom in a little bit. Under the scope, I don't really see anything wrong with it. I guess there's just the lighting. I'll look closer though and let you guys know if there's anything. Last roll, and we're going to have a parting gift. It's going to be a last year, 1959 Denver. Alright guys, we're done with that box. And this is the wrap up. We had 2 foreigns, at Helvetica and a Canadian. We had 8 possible upgraders, or I guess 9 possible upgraders, including that really nice 1959. We had a 2009 Denver. I don't usually find Denver 2009s. Then we had 6 1939 Phillies, not the DDR, and no key dates. We had 2 1940s, 2 1941s. We had a 1943 Philadelphia War Nickel, very nice. 1947 and a 1949. In the 50s, we had 2 53s, 2 54s, a single 55, single 56, couple 57s, a whole chunk of 58s, a couple 50 and a few 59s. Let me bring you guys back in when I have everything in there. If there are upgrades or additions, I will bring you guys back in. Alright guys, that's our list of additions and upgrades. So let me show you. Our first edition was at 1941S. Didn't have that yet. And our first upgrade was a 1954S. Where is it? 1954S. That one was slightly nicer than the other one in there. And a 56. And a 57 Denver. And a 59. That 59 we found that was semi-proof like. And then we upgraded our 60. Our prior 60 was trash, and this one is really nice. Then we had a 63. This one is also really much nicer than the one before. And we had also semi-proof like 64. And then a 73D, which had just more mint luster and less dings than the one in before it. I hope you guys enjoyed that nickel hunt and fill. I hope to upload again soon. But for now, happy hunting.